I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Thursday, August the 31st, where we wind up your traditional summer months here with cash fats lower again, and they just continue to fade. Your feeder market is pretty good. I'm not sure where guys are getting all the desire to continue to push the feeder market, but of course it's lower than it was several weeks ago, but pretty respectable. But you look on Wednesday's close for the board, live cattle futures, the October contract was up 2 cents to end the day on Wednesday at 106.12. August spot live cattle there, day before the end of the month, was up 30 cents, trying to settle right in there with your weighted average at 105.55. Feeder cattle, October contract there was up 60 cents at 144.12. August was up 30 cents at 142.90. And you look at the fat cattle trade, your packers found a way to abuse the fed cattle exchange and just kind of use it as a tool for them to work the market lower. If you actually look on Tuesday, through mandatory price reporting, it never really got reported anywhere, but there was some trade on Tuesday from 165 to 168. The 168 wouldn't have been a whole lot lower there, and would have been a pretty respectable way to keep the market this week. But and it was mostly 168 on the trade that come through for Tuesday. Of course, nobody found out about it until mid-morning on Wednesday. By that time, they were having the Fed cattle exchange, and they were able to buy all the dressed cattle that were offered there at 166, albeit FOB. Normally your dressed market is delivered to the plant, but once that price gets advertised, it's going to be hard to get the market any better than that. So as soon as that was over, and they had some 105, 105 and a quarter on the Fed cattle exchange, selling about 1,150 head there out of just short of 1,800 head. They did start trading cattle that way in the Northern Plains at 105 and 165 to 166, albeit delivered to the plant. But you know, if their feeders are just, your cattle feeders just playing right into the hands of your packers. And you know, we used to say that the packers weren't too worried about the market because they fed enough cattle where if they weren't making money in the feedlots, they'd make it up in the plant and vice versa. Well, now you're seeing most of these big corporate packers getting out of the cattle feeding business. They can just turn it over to one of their contract feeders and say, as long as you promise us every hoof that comes out of this feedlot, we'll sell it to you, and you can handle the debt that it takes to run this outfit. And then now they're not concerned with them making any money at all. Packers are making well over $100 a head on everything, and the cattle feeders are into about their third week at least of losing money or not reaching their break evens. Your box beef cutout values about steady again, but showing some support and just continuing to whittle away on that choice select spread. It's now down to 60 cents. It was $30 here not too long ago. Look at your feeder market. Your real-time index on Beef Market Central based on an 800-pound steer late on Wednesday was 142.03, down 56 cents. But actually some of your big mainline high volume feeder auctions were higher on yearlings, but we're just starting to get more and more calves in every week, and your total offerings nationwide are just progressively coming more and more calves. And yearlings, true yearlings, maybe some backgrounded pushed cattle, but true green yearlings are going to be very scarce here very shortly. But OKC West finished up their run, their 2-day run there, with about 4,000 head of yearling feeders there to end up the 2-day sale with just short of 5,200 head. Their feeders there were called $2 to $5 higher. But if you look at your automated market report off of Beef Market Central, it looks to me like your steers are a whole lot more like steady. And look at some quotes out of there. 726 head of steers average 768 in the 7 to 800 pound category, average 143.82, very close to a week ago. 944 head of 8-weight steers, average 849 at 139.34, and that was about the same too. And that's about the way things were in Dodge City, Kansas at Winter Livestock Auction. Had about 2,700 head there, called their market steady to firm. But some individual quotes there that continue to impress. Bluegrass Stockyards East, Mount Sterling, Kentucky had 2 good loads of steers there at 9:50 in the morning. There was 146 head of them. Weighs 768. That's getting pretty close to 800 pounds at 155. That's higher than they sell them anywhere, guys. Even in the Sand Hills in Nebraska or next door to a feedlot somewhere in Kansas. That's just high. I'm not sure where those cattle are going. I'm going to find out here in a couple weeks as I'm going to the grand opening of the Bluegrass Stockyards in Lexington, Kentucky on September the 11th. I'm looking forward to that. Another individual quote there out west, Torrington Livestock Markets, Torrington, Wyoming, 2:30 in the afternoon on Wednesday, had 63 head of big steers, weighed 908 at 146. That's your feeder flash for Thursday.